Hey guys, and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to talk about Foundation Tier 2023 Paper 2F. Now let's start with the questions. Question 1. Write in figures the number 7054. So they're asking you to write it as numbers. So 7054, like this. Second question. Write the number Write the number 78,263. Correct to the nearest hundred. Correct to the nearest hundred. So we're gonna write it correct to the nearest hundred first. We have to look at the number. Which one is the hundred here? Very good. This is the hundred. It means we're gonna round this. So the answer will be 78. This is the hundred, which is the two. Behind the two, there's a six. The six is a big number, so it will make it three. So we have 78,300. This is the number written to the nearest hundred. Now let's move on to the next question here. Write down the value of 7 in the number 673,000. So the value of 7 is what? Very good. It's the 70,000. 70,000. Like this. Because it's 70,000. So the answer is 70,000. Next question. Write a number in the box to make the calculation correct. So basically, what is the number that when you multiply by 9, we will get 18,000? So first, if we multiply the 9 by 2, we will get 18. This is what we know first. And then we have three zeros. So we will put them here, 1, 2, 3. So the answer will be like this. You can check with the calculator and see if the answer is correct. Now let's move on to the next question. Question E, write a number in the box to make the calculations correct. Same idea. You need a number when you divide this number by it, you get 0.00537. First, take a look at the decimal point. How many times did it change, move? So it was between the 7 and the 3 here. So it moved to 1, 2, 3, 4. And moving the decimal point 4 times, it means we divided by 10,000, dividing by 10,000, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 zeros, it means 4 movements of the decimal point. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 2. Here's a list of numbers 9, 11, 13, 15, 21, and 60. These numbers here, they are from the numbers in the list, write down these. The even number. Which one is an even number? Very good. It's the 60. So the 60 is the even number. And then which one is the square number? The square number is the 9. Very good. It's 9. And then the multiple of 7. Which one is a multiple of 7? Good job. It's the 21. So a multiple of 7 is 21. Now let's move on to the rest of the questions. We need the factor of 30. Factor of 30, it means you can divide 30 by it, and it's 15. Very good. 60 is a multiple of 30, but 15 is a factor of 30. So focus on the difference between factors and multiples. It's very important to understand the ideas. Multiples are bigger than the number. Factors are smaller than the original number. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 3. Peter owns boarding kennels for dogs. The pictogram shows information about the number of dogs that were at the kennels each day from Monday to Thursday last week. These are the number of dogs drawn in circles with quadrants, yes. Now, the key is that four or a circle with four uh, quarters represents 8 dogs. It means each quarter will equal 2 dogs. It's very important to understand. So each one of them is or means 2 dogs, like this. Because all of them are 8, so each quarter means 2 dogs, okay? Now the question says, how many dogs were at the kennels on Monday? How many were at the kennels on Monday? Now, this is Monday. We know that each circle or full circle is 8. So we have 8, 8, 8. And this is half a circle. It means 4. Now we add them together. So 8 times 3 will be 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So on Monday, we had 28 dogs. 28 dogs, okay? Now let's move on to the next question. 18 dogs were at the kennels on Friday. So Friday, 18 dogs. Show the information on the pictogram. So here we need 18 dogs. 18 dogs, it means you're going to draw circles. And you know that each circle represents 8. So we have 8. Okay, wait a minute. 8. You can draw the quarters like this. So we need 18, okay? Yes. 8 plus 8 is 16. We need two of 1/4 because we need 2 dogs. So 1/4, okay? So we draw a circle like this, cut it with a quarter like this, like this. Now you know that a quarter represents 2 dogs. 2 dogs, okay? Now I'm gonna erase this part like this, okay? And by that I have a quarter that represents 2 dogs. So when you count them, these are 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 2, 17, 18 dogs. And this is how you draw pictogram for 18 dogs. Now let's move on to the next question. Peter gave each dog 2 biscuits each day. So each dog takes 2 biscuits each day. Look at the total number of biscuits that Peter gave the dogs during the 5 days from Monday to Friday last week. So first, let's put back the Friday thing. Okay, like this. So from Monday to Friday, each dog takes 2 biscuits. So we're gonna count all of them. We're gonna count all of the dogs and then multiply them by 2. So we need to know how many dogs are there from Monday till Friday. Now we know that Friday is 18 because we already took it. We know that Monday is 28 because we just answered the question of Monday. Now we come to the other days. So these are 8 plus 2 will equal to 10. Here we have 8. 8 plus 6 will equal to 14. And then 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now we counted the number of dogs for each day. Now we add them all together to know the number of dogs in total. So we add all of these together to know what's the total of the dogs. So let's count them here. 28 plus 10 plus 14 plus 20 plus 18. And the answer is 90. So in total, we have 90 dogs. So all of them, all dogs, all, or we have 90 dogs in total. 90 dogs. So if each dog ate 2 biscuits, it means we're going to multiply the 90 by the 2. So 90 times 2 will equal 180 biscuits. Okay. So 90 times 2 will equal 180 biscuits. And this is how you answer a question like this. So we understand that all of the biscuits from Monday to Friday will be 180 biscuits. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 4, here's a sequence of patterns made from sticks. This is pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3. In the space below, draw pattern 4. Now you'll notice that each time we add a full box with a stick in the middle, So the next pattern will look like this. So we have one box, two boxes, three boxes. We're gonna make them four. So the pattern will be like this. Let me do it like this. One box. Let's do it the same way they do it. So next to it, another box, three and four. So we make them like this. So it's obvious that the pattern is they're adding a box with a stick in the middle. So basically they're adding three sticks. Each time they add three sticks. Now this is the next pattern or pattern number four. Now let's move on to the next question. Complete the table. As we said, the pattern number, first one has five sticks. This one has five sticks. They add four sticks, three on the side and one in the middle. Three on the side, one in the middle. So each time they're adding four sticks. So pattern one, five sticks. Pattern two, they added four. Pattern three, they added four. Next pattern, yes, they added four. It's going to be 17. And next pattern, they added 4 to the 17. It's going to be 21. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, question C, we got the number of sticks in pattern 10. We got the number of six in pattern 10. You can do this by adding 4 each time, or you can find the nth term. Finding the nth term of the sequence is like this. So from 5 to 9, we add how many sticks? Very good. We add 4 plus 4. And then we put n next to the 4, and then we put the plus 4 here for the first term. Now, how does the 4 become 5? By adding 1. Good. So we put plus 1 here. And this is the idea of finding the nth term of the sequence. Now, you just use the nth term to find how many sticks does this have. So here, basically, pattern 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Pattern 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Same idea. So we're going to use it here with pattern number 10. So we're going to say 1 plus 4 multiplied by 10, like this. And the answer will be 4 times 10 is 40, plus 1 is going to be 41. So we will have 41 sticks. And this is the idea of answering a question like this. Because this is a sequence, we can find the nth term and use it. Now let's move on to the next question. Connor says that in pattern number 25, there are 102 sticks. Explain why Connor is wrong. As we took the nth term that we use now, 1 plus n, or n plus n, 1, you can say 1 plus 4n, or the opposite, same idea. We're going to use this on the pattern number 25. So 1 plus 4 multiplied by 25, like this. So 4 times 25 is going to be 100, plus 1 is going to be 101. So pattern 25 will have 101 sticks. And this is the correct reason because this is one of the explanations. Or you can say that the pattern is always an odd number. You can see the sticks here. They're always an odd number. We will never find an even number. That's the idea. So you'll never find an even number. And that's the idea of answering a question like this. So you can explain it in both ways using the nth term or using the odd stick number or number of sticks explanation. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 5. Here, the diagram shows 3 points, A, B, and C, marked on a grid like this. Write down the coordinates of point A. When you look at point A, look at the x, it's 2, and the y is 3. So the coordinates of point A will be 2 and 3. 2 and 3, like this. Okay. So the coordinates are 2 and 3. When you take coordinates, focus on taking the x coordinate first. This is the x and the y next. And writing them inside brackets. Now, next, On the grid, mark with a cross the point D so that ABCD is a rectangle. So we're going to draw a rectangle using these 3 points and the point D. Now, to make a rectangle, I'm going to put the point over here. First, I look at the shape. Let's say this is one of the lines. I can draw the line like this here. And this is the other line. And I want to make a rectangle. To make a rectangle, the other line should be here, over here. Okay. And then this is the other line. So this is a rectangle. So the coordinate of point D or point D should be over here. And the coordinate of this point is 6, 1. So the coordinates are 6, 1, like this. And this is how you draw a rectangle using the points that you have with point D. You can label it D like this to show them that you answered the question. Now let's move on to the next question. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of AC. So this is A and this is C. They need the midpoint of AC. Now, after connecting the point with a line like this, find the midpoint. You can find it that way by saying this is the middle of the line, or you can use the coordinates. It's more accurate to use the coordinates of the points. Example, let's keep the line, yes. Coordinates of A, 2 and 3. So you write them, 2, 3, like this, 2, 3. And then you write coordinates of C. Coordinates of C will be 5, -2. So you put them inside brackets. So 5, -2, like this. -1, I'm sorry. Yes. Now we found the coordinates of these points. To find the midpoint, you're going to add the x's together. And these are the x's. This is the x here, and this is the x. So add the x's and then divide them by 2. And then add the y's and then divide them by 2. This is how you find coordinates of any midpoint. So first, let's add the x's. So 2 plus 5, 2 plus 5 is going to be 7. When you divide by 2, it's going to be 3.5. So this is the x of the midpoint, 3.5. Now you come to the y's, 3 and -1. You add them together. So 3 minus 1 will be 2. And then you divide it by 2 is going to be 1. So the coordinates of the midpoint will be 3.5 and 1. Now you write them as a coordinate like this. So 3.5 and 1 is the midpoint of A and C. Now let's move on to the next question. Focus when you answer a question like this on adding the x's together and dividing it by 2, and then adding the y's together and dividing it by 2. Now let's move on to the next question. On the grid, draw the line with equation y equals 4. Now, if you don't see the x in the equation, it means the line is not crossing the x-axis. If you don't see the x, it means it's not crossing the x-axis. Now, the equation is y equals 4. Y equals 4, like this. It means it's crossing the y-axis in point 4. Crossing the y-axis in point 4. This is point 4 on the y-axis. It means the line will be like this. You draw the line and then you write the equation next to the line so they will understand that this is your answer. So y equals 4. As we said in this equation, the line is crossing the y-axis in point positive 4. Now let's move on to the next question. Write down the mathematical name of this shape. This shape here has how many sides? Let's count them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, 8 sides means it's an octa. Octa. So it's an octagon. So it's an octagon. Good octagon. Now, measure the length of line AB. Give your answer in centimeters. This means you have to use a ruler to measure the length of the line. Now, on the laptop here, it's not going to be accurate because I'm zooming in and out so the length will change depending on the paper in front of you. You can use the ruler to measure lines. Now, let me explain to you how to measure lines using MathSpat. Now, if I have a line like this and I want to measure the length of this line, let's make it thicker so you can see it. I'm going to use a ruler like this. So to measure the line, I have to put the zero on the beginning of the line. So I'll take the ruler, put the zero like this on the beginning of the line, and then I measure the line using the ruler. Now you have to be accurate in measuring. This starts from zero. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we have 1, 2, 3. So the answer will be 10.3 centimeters, like this. So you have to be accurate with the decimals or with the millimeters that you write. So 10 centimeters, zero point 0.3 millimeters. You can say 10.3 centimeters, like this. Okay. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Here, let's see. Okay. Wait a minute. Yes. Next question. Here are six triangles drawn on a grid of squares, A till F. Two of these triangles are congruent. Write down the letters of these two triangles. Now, we need to understand what's the meaning of the word congruent. Congruent means identical. Identical in size, identical in length of lines and everything, okay? But it can be rotated. It's okay. So let's take a look which ones are congruent. This one here has 2 centimeters. Same idea, or two, yeah, centimeter grid, so 2 centimeters. This one has 3. It means B and D are congruent triangles. So the letters B and D are congruent. So we say B and D. So B and D are congruent triangles. So as we said, congruent means identical. So you have to look for identical corresponding lines. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 7. The diagram shows a fair-sided spinner or six-sided spinner. We have letters, colors on the spinner. Mario spins the arrow on the spinner once. Write down the word from the box that best describes the likelihood that the arrow will land on green. So green is what? We're going to use these letters. Now, it's not impossible. It's only unlikely. Yes, because we only have one green, so it is unlikely. So green, we write unlikely. Okay, unlikely. And then after green, what do we have? We have yellow. Let's take a look at yellow. Now, how many yellow ones do we have? We have one, two, three. So half of the spinner's sides are yellow. It means it is even. It is even. So we're going to write even next to yellow. So evens. And then the last one is blue. Let's take a look at the spinner. Do we have blue here? We don't have blue. It means it's impossible to land on blue. So we write impossible next to impossible. Possible, yes. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 8. A hall has 26 rows of seats. There are 14 seats in each row. Annie sells tickets for three-fourths of the seats in the hall for a concert. She sells each ticket for 15 euros. Work out the total amount Annie gets from selling tickets. First, we need to understand or to find how many seats do we have in the whole hall, okay? So we're going to multiply the rows by the number of seats. So first, 14 times 26 to find the total number of seats in the whole hall. So 26 times 14. And the answer is 364. So we have 364 seats in total. Now, she sells tickets for three-quarters of the seats. So we're going to find out what's the three-quarters of 369, 64, sorry. So 3/4 of 364. Yes. So 3/4 or 3/4. We multiplied by 364. So we know how many seats were sold. So we multiply this by 64. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. 364. Yeah. Okay. Now we multiply these by each other to find out how many seats were sold. So 364 multiplied by 3/4. When you multiply, focus on how to use the calculator. The answer is 273. So basically, 273 seats were sold. Now, each one of them costs 15 euros. Now we multiply it by 15. 273 multiplied by 15, and we will get the total number of money. So 273 multiply 15, and the answer is 4,095. So 4,095 euros, like this. And this is how you answer a question like this. So basically, first we found the total seats. We multiplied the rows by the seats in each row. And then we found 3/4 of the total seats. And then we took the seats that were sold, multiplied them by 15, which is the amount of money for each seat. And then we got the total money, which is 4,095 euros. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 9. Here's a sketch of a triangle, ABC. These are the lines given. In the space below, make an accurate drawing of the triangle ABC. The line AC has been drawn for you. So we're gonna take the line AC to the maths pad and draw the rest of the triangle. So first, let's take the information here. So AC equals 8, and then BC equals 6.5, and the angle ACB will equal 38. Okay. Now, let's take this information and put it in the maths pad and draw the triangle again, okay? So this one is AC, line AC. So we're going to take it here. So the first thing we do, we need the line AC, which is 8. Let's put it here. So this one is 8 centimeters from 0 till 8. Now this is AC. Let's label it AC. Now we're going to draw the rest of the triangle using accurate drawing. This is 8 centimeter. So we're gonna use a protractor to find the angle ACB and then draw BC with 6.5 centimeters. So first we take the protractor. We need ACB. The letter in the middle is the place of the angle. So this is C here. So we put the point on the point like this, line on the line. We start with the 0 on the line, this 0. This 0, we 0, we can't use it. So we're going to use this one. We need 38. So the angle is 38. So we come here like this. So this is 0, 10, 20, 30, 38 is over here. So we put a point like this, and then we draw the line. Now, the line that we need is 6.5 centimeters, 6.5 centimeters. So we're going to use a ruler for this. We take the ruler, we put it like this. We need 6.5 centimeters. So let's turn it a little bit so we have the same line. So 6.5 should be, this is 6. Now this is 6.5 over here. So the line should be like this from 6.5 till the 0. And this is the 6.5 line. Now we remove the ruler like this. And we label the line. This is point B. And as we said, BC will be 6.5 centimeters. Now, after doing this, I'm just going to connect A and B like this with a line. And this is the idea of drawing the triangle accurately using the compass and the ruler. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 10. Adriana makes some cupcakes. She sells each cupcake for 2 pounds 20. Mike buys 6 of these cupcakes. He pays with a 20 pound note. Look out how much change Mike should receive. Now, we already know that each one of them is 220 and he buys 6. So first thing we do, we have to find out how much money he paid for his cupcakes. So first we multiply 6 by 2.20 and we will get the total amount of money that he paid. So first 220 times 6 cupcakes. So the answer is 13.2. So 13.2 pounds or 1320 pounds like this. Now we understand that he pays 1320 pounds. Now we subtract it from 20. So 20 minus 13.2, 20 minus 13.20 or 0.2. And the answer is 6.8 or 6.80, 6 pounds 80. And this is the change that he gets back from buying with a 20 pounds paper or note. And this is how you answer a question like this. You can write it as 6.8 or 6.80. Same idea, okay? Now let's move on to the next question. Greta sells balloons. She sells each balloon for 0.85 pounds. Stefan has 50 pounds to spend on balloons. Work out the greatest number of balloons he can buy. So each one is 0.85, and she wants to spend all the 50, not all of it, as much as she can. So she can, or he has. Yes. So as much as they have on balloons, it means we're going to divide the 50 by 0.85. And then we will know how much money, how much balloons or how many balloons we can buy. And then we will multiply the total number by the money. So first we divide 50 over 0.85. Let's do it here. So 50 divide 0.85. And the answer is 58. 58.8. This means 58 balloons and 0.8 of a balloon. Now, I need to understand that I need to buy a whole balloon. It means I'm not going to count the decimals. It means I'm going to buy only 58 balloons. Now, I'm going to multiply 58 balloons by the price of one balloon, which is 0.85, and I will know the money, but they didn't ask me for the money. They told me what's the greatest number of balloons that we can buy. So the answer is 58 balloons. 58 balloons. And this is the idea of this question. So you just divide them and take the whole number and use it for the answer. Focus on this type of questions when they ask you for what's the greatest number or what's the full turn. These kind of questions are very important to focus on. Now let's move on to the next question. We have time for this? No, I think this one needs a start in the other video. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.